Hey guys, this is Vu, and this is my PowerPoint, What Lies Behind the Book. Before I talk about my term paper, I want to give you guys a little history about myself. I was born in Orange County, California in 1990. I've been here my whole life. I went from grade school to college, all within Orange County. Last year, I graduated from Cal State Fullerton with a degree in liberal arts. And as you can tell, on the right hand side, that's a picture of me in the first grade. Being a longtime resident of Santa Ana, I became a patron of the Santa Ana Public Library. In first grade, I enrolled in the summer reading program. It was a fun program that gave out free In-N-Out burgers after you read 5 to 6 books each week. I have to admit though, getting free hamburgers and food at the age of 7 was probably the best thing the library could do to attract more kids. It was a really successful program, and for good reason. Everybody loved to eat at In-N-Out, and everybody loved free food, and when you combine those two things, it becomes a really successful program. As I matured, I volunteered time at the library when I was in high school. After graduating from Cal State Fullerton, I enrolled in San Jose and got a job at Santa Ana Public Library. During my time at the Santa Ana Public Library, I encountered issues and problems facing the Latino community. I felt that these problems were important and relevant and should be addressed. Within my term paper, I wrote about the Santa Ana Public Library and how they dealt with the issues that the Latino community are facing today. These issues include health, education, and technology literacy. As stated before, I have personal experience with all the problems and challenges facing the Latino community. I have worked in programs such as Healthy Buddy and a Tech Desk. These programs address certain issues and help provide a possible solution. In choosing to write about this topic, I'm able to highlight the library's ability to bring about change in the local community. Libraries aren't just places for books and general information. But where does one begin? Where does one start their research? I found this to be a very difficult question, but after careful planning and observation, I found out that the first place to go is to talk to the people who have the experience. Talk to the people who have been doing this and planning out the programs. So, for the first part, I went to do interviews. After the interviews and after a lot of information, I went to get articles and books to help support those views and points brought up in the interview. Starting with interviews, I was able to gather large amounts of relevant information. Librarians give their first-hand experience on observing a need and fulfilling it. This helped me form a foundation for my paper on what problems are important and how people are solving them. First-hand accounts is a necessity when dealing with unique programs offered by the Santa Ana Public Library. A lot of programs within their institution is not run anywhere else. Moving on from the interviews, I looked up articles and books for my paper. I was able to find that there were a numerous amount of articles talking about problems such as obesity and low high school graduation rates among the Latino youth. Article after article talked about these issues and how we should address these problems with a viable solution. However, books seemed to be the opposite. The majority of books were more oriented towards history of the Hispanic community. I wanted to have an equal amount of books and articles within my paper. Luckily for me, a librarian named Cheryl encouraged me to learn about the Latino background to understand how these problems started. When analyzing the information gathered from the interviews, articles, and books, one can see that these struggles are relevant issues facing the community. These problems are nationwide and affect families from coast to coast. Problems like these should not be taken lightly as we continue to grow as a nation. In this bleak outlook, libraries can be seen as a beacon of hope. They are seen as a place to inspire change within the community. With so many problems, what is being done? The Santa Ana Public Library is taking their first step. Programs are being set up to enable a better future. Examples of some of these programs: the Healthy Buddy program, WIA, Workforce Initiative Act, and Tech Desk. These programs each have a function that tackles the problems of health, education, and technology literacy. Together, these programs are helping the city one step at a time. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and thank you for your time.